You've been praying to a genie that doesn't exist. The universe isn't granting wishes. It's echoing signals. For years, you've been told that if you just think hard enough, repeat affirmations loud enough, if you keep visualizing the car, the house, the bank account, the universe will somehow deliver it, wrapped with a bow, right to your doorstep. But deep down, you already know the truth, because how many times have you closed your eyes, imagined the dream life in vivid color, felt that quick rush of excitement, only to open your eyes and find yourself still here? Same walls, same problems, same silence. And then that sinking voice whispers, maybe I'm doing it wrong. Maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe this doesn't work for me. Listen carefully, because here's the shock most people never discover. It's not that manifestation is a lie. It's that you've been speaking the wrong language. You've been whispering words to a universe that does not hear words. It doesn't hear your journal entries. It doesn't hear the phrases you repeat 1,000 times in the mirror. It doesn't even hear the desperate prayers you beg at night. It feels vibration. It feels the broadcast beneath your skin. It feels the sigh of defeat in your chest when the bill arrives. It feels the contraction in your shoulders when you scroll past someone living the life you crave. It feels the jealousy, the doubt, the endless hum of "not yet" that your nervous system transmits without your awareness. Every anxious thought, every jealous glance, every time you mutter, "I can't afford that." It is all part of your signal. You are a walking, breathing radio tower, broadcasting every second of the day, and the universe, in its infinite mirror, like precision, has no choice but to reflect that signal back. Do you understand what this means? It is not punishing you. It is not ignoring you. It is obeying you. It is echoing back the very vibration you send out with your body, not the words you throw into the air. And that changes everything, because if your reality is only a mirror, then the game was never about saying the right phrase. It was about becoming the right frequency. So I ask you again, not what you're hoping for, not what you're chasing, but what are you actually broadcasting? What is the signal humming beneath your thoughts right now? Because until you change that, the genie will never appear, only the echo will. Feifei, right now, without realizing it, you are sending out a signal stronger than any vision board, louder than any affirmation, more powerful than any picture you tape to your wall. It's the signal of your subconscious identity, the 95% of you that never stops transmitting, the part programmed by every heartbreak, every disappointment, every belief you swallowed as a child. That part of you is the true broadcaster. Think about it. Your conscious mind can say, "I am abundant." But if the deeper self, the identity coded into your nervous system, whispers, "I am not enough. I am not safe. I am not worthy," then guess which one the universe hears. It's not the pretty sentence. It's the trembling signal underneath it. Because the field doesn't respond to syllables. It responds to state. This is why so many people feel like they are locked outside some secret club. They think they are not focused enough, not spiritual enough, not disciplined enough for manifestation to work. But the truth is simpler. They are speaking one language with their lips and another language with their body. That silent conflict between what you say and what you are is the invisible prison that traps 99% of people in loops of desire and disappointment. And until you see it, until you name it, you cannot break free. Because the subconscious has more authority than the conscious. It is the operating system that overrides your intentions every time. You can want wealth. You can crave love. You can picture freedom every morning. But if your broadcast hums with fear, jealousy, and lack, then reality has no choice but to mirror that back. Do you feel the weight of that? Not as punishment, but as precision. The universe is not cruel. It is obedient. It is an echo, reflecting the station you are tuned to. Imagine standing in front of a mirror. Your jaw is tight. Your fists are clenched. Your face burns with anger. And now, through gritted teeth, you scream at your reflection, smile. What happens? Does the reflection obey your command? Number, it ignores your words and throws your state back at you with flawless accuracy. This is the law no one tells you about manifestation. Your reality is that mirror. It does not bend for your affirmations. It does not yield to your desperate wishes. It reflects your truth, not your request. So when you declare, "I am abundant," but your shoulders are tense with financial fear, when you paste a picture of a dream home on your wall, but your chest tightens every time rent is due, the mirror is not cruel when it shows you lack. It is precise. It is loyal. It is simply echoing what your body already believes. This is why so many live in cycles of hope and heartbreak. Not because they are unworthy, not because they are unlucky, but because they keep trying to change the reflection without ever changing the face. Look closely at your own life, the bank balance, the relationships, the patterns that repeat. All of it is a mirror, not judging you, not punishing you, just reflecting you. And here lies the secret most never uncover. You do not get what you want. You get what you are. You do not receive the frequency you beg for. You receive the frequency you broadcast. So the question that shatters illusions is this: what are you truly broadcasting right now? Not with your mouth, but with your nervous system. Fei, this is not a new discovery. Long before the self-help industry, long before vision boards and sticky note affirmations, the ancients already knew this code. The Vedic sages, the Egyptian priests, the Hermetic mystics. They did not waste time pasting pictures on walls, hoping reality would notice. They built resonant structures, temples and pyramids designed to align human consciousness with the cosmos itself. They practiced rituals of embodiment, not to pretend, but to become. They knew what quantum physics is only now proving with the observer effect. Reality is not a stage you watch. It is an instrument you play. It does not come from the outside in. It radiates from the inside out. You are not a passenger strapped into a ride called destiny. You are the driver, the engineer, and the tracks beneath the wheels all at once. Every breath, every heartbeat, every subtle flicker of dread or surge of joy is a signal broadcasting into the field, and the field, in perfect precision, organizes itself around that signal. The world you see is not random. It is not separate. It is a lagging display, a holographic printout of your inner frequency. Your body is the instrument. Your emotions are the music. Your beliefs are the sheet notes the universe reads from. So ask yourself, what song are you playing? A dirge of scarcity or a symphony of abundance? Because the field does not choose. It only amplifies. It only reflects. It only answers with immaculate accuracy to the signal you emit. Faye here is the truth most people cannot bear to face. You can want success all day long. You can crave freedom with every fiber of your being. You can even speak abundance into the air 1,000 times a day. But if your identity, your subconscious broadcast, is humming the story of I struggle, I am unlucky, good thing then that identity will override every single affirmation. It doesn't matter how many times you write in a gratitude journal, if the sigh you exhale afterward carries the weight of doubt. It doesn't matter how many times you paste a photo of your dream home, if your nervous system trembles every time the rent is due. This is the Grand Canyon, sized chasm between what you say and what you truly feel, between the picture in your conscious mind and the frequency coded into your subconscious body. And until that gap is closed, you will always live in the loop, wanting, waiting, wishing, then falling back into the same old cycle of lack and frustration. Do you see now why it feels so exhausting? Because you've been trying to paint a new image on top of a crumbling canvas. You've been layering words over wounds, hopes over heartbreak, affirmations over identities that never believed them in the first place. And here is the secret. Your identity, not your vision board, is the most powerful manifesting. It is the operating system. It is the home frequency. It is the invisible psychic address you keep returning to. And you cannot manifest something that lives outside your frequency band. You cannot tune into a station that your radio has never been wired to receive. You don't get what you want. You get what you are. And until you rewrite the story of who you are, your life will always find a way to return you to that familiar frequency of lack. This is not punishment. This is programming. And programming can be rewritten. Faye, so how do you break free? How do you step out of this invisible cage, this self-constructed prison of not enough? The answer is not more affirmations. It is not more visualizations. It is not more desperate wishing. It is embodiment. This is the ancient code that was lost, watered down into cheap slogans of positive thinking. But the ancients knew you do not say yourself into a new life. You become yourself into it. This is the quantum leap, from imagination to incarnation. It is not about asking, what would I have if I were that version of me? That question keeps you stuck in the vibration of lack. The real question, the only question that matters, is this: who would I be if I were already that version of me? Do you feel the difference? If the wealthy version of you already existed, how would he walk into a room? If the confident version of you already breathed inside your chest, how would she speak to her colleagues? If the free version of you already lived your mornings, how would you wake up, move, decide, choose? Would you shrink back into fear? Or would you radiate with calm certainty? Would you tense at every decision? Or would you lean into trust, knowing the outcome is already secure? This is embodiment, not pretending, not performing, but rehearsing the state of your future self until it becomes your present identity. And when you do that, your broadcast changes. Your frequency shifts. Your entire nervous system begins humming with a new signal. A signal the universe cannot ignore. Most people hear the phrase, act as if, and misunderstand it. They think it means pretending. They think it means putting on a mask, faking confidence, forcing a smile while drowning in fear. That is not embodiment. That is performance. And performance only reinforces the belief that you are not yet there. True acting as if is not flimsy pretending. It is disciplined rehearsal. It is training the subconscious with consistent signals until the new self is not something you imagine, but something you are. It is walking with the posture of the man who already owns his world. It is speaking with the calm certainty of the woman who already knows her worth is beyond negotiation. It is choosing from abundance, not from scarcity, even in the smallest of decisions. What would the future version of you eat for lunch today? How would they sit in traffic? Would they grip the wheel with tension or breathe with ease, knowing that nothing can shake their state? The future you does not hesitate in fear. The future you does not delay decisions with panic. The future you does not cling to pennies with trembling hands. So begin now. In silence, in posture, in tone. In choices that seem so small they almost feel irrelevant. Because your subconscious is always watching, it is always listening, and every action you take either reinforces the old story this is how you shift the broadcast, not by begging the mirror to change, but by becoming the reflection you want it to show. Feifei, here's what most people don't realize. Every time you step into the identity of your future self, you are not just imagining, you are rewiring. Neurons fire, connections form, pathways strengthen. Your brain cannot tell the difference between a vividly rehearsed state and an external reality. So when you walk, breathe, and decide as your future self again and again, moment by moment, you are building a new nervous system. You are teaching your body a new truth before the evidence arrives. This is not daydreaming. It is neurological condition. It is emotional programming. It is energetic broadcasting at the deepest level. Think of a musician. They don't master the symphony by wishing. They rehearse until their body plays the notes without needing to think. You are no different. Each time you embody abundance, you teach your nervous system the rhythm of wealth. Each time you embody peace, you code your body with the song of safety. Each time you embody freedom, you install the vibration of expansion into your cells. And here's the turning point. Once your body accepts the new state as normal, the universe responds as if it were already true. Because the field does not wait for words, it reacts to frequency. This is why the greatest shift is not external. It is internal rehearsal, so consistent, so convincing, that the subconscious stops resisting and begins to believe. And when the subconscious believes, the broadcast changes. And when the broadcast changes, reality has no choice but to follow. Here is the twist that shocks almost everyone. The final step in this process is not to try harder. It is to let go. I know how that sounds. It feels like giving up. It feels like quitting on your dreams. But the truth is the opposite, because when you grip tighter, when you white-knuckle your vision, when you force, chase, beg, and demand, you broadcast the loudest signal of all. I do not have it. I must fight for it. I must control it. That is not the signal of abundance. That is the signal of lack. And the universe, obedient as always, reflects it back with perfect accuracy. The ancients understood this. The Bhagavad Gita calls it karma yoga, action without attachment. Do your duty, take aligned steps. Pour your energy into the present moment with full devotion, but release your desperate clutch on the outcome. This is not inaction. This is surrendered action. It is the confidence that says, my role is to become. The universe's role is to deliver. And here is the beauty. The moment you release control, your hands are finally open to receive. The moment you stop grasping, You allow the moment you trust. You harmonize with a field far more intelligent than anything your fear-based plan could design. This is not weakness. This is ultimate strength. It is the knowing that the same force that orchestrates the galaxies is orchestrating your life. When you shift from forcing to flowing, from begging to embodying, from controlling to trusting, you stop being a beggar at the door of the universe. You become a co-creator with it. So now, we arrive at the real question. Not, what do you want? Not, what are you chasing? But, what are you broadcasting right now? In this very moment, look closely, not at your words, not at the slogans on your wall. Look at the evidence of your life, your bank account, your relationships, your health, your daily mood when you wake up in the morning. These are the readouts of your broadcast. Because the universe does not listen to what you say. It listens to what you are. It is not hearing your affirmations. It is not reading your journal. It is echoing your state after you close it. It is not responding to your dream board. It is mirroring the frequency behind your breath. So ask yourself honestly, is your broadcast right now humming with fear or glowing with faith? Is it the anxious hum of not yet or the magnetic roar of already is? Every moment is a transmission. Every breath is a request. And reality is simply a mirror reflecting it all back. This is why manifestation is not a someday event. It is happening right now. You are manifesting always. The question is not if. The question is what. And the choice of frequency has always been yours. You came here not to beg reality for scraps, but to remember what you already are. You are not powerless. You are not separate from the field. You are not a victim trapped in some cruel game of chance. You are the broadcast tower. You are the echo. You are the architect and the blueprint, the signal and the receiver, the source code itself. Somewhere along the way, you were convinced you had to earn it, that abundance had to be chased, that love had to be proven, that peace had to be deserved. But that was the lie. The truth is far simpler, far greater. You are not a human being trying to become spiritual. You are a spiritual being rehearsing what it means to be human. And everything you need to manifest a new reality is already humming in your frequency, already waiting for you to tune the dial. The universe is not outside you. It is within you, responding to you, mirroring you with flawless devotion. So stop asking, when will it come? And begin asking, who am I right now? Because when you remember who you truly are, the echo changes, the reflection changes, the world itself changes. You have been told that you are small, a drop in an endless ocean, one soul among billions, insignificant against the vastness of the universe. But here is the truth they never wanted you to remember. You are the entire ocean, condensed into a drop. Every wave, every current, every hidden depth of infinite intelligence is already inside of you. When you feel lack, it is only because you have forgotten the water you swim in. When you feel powerless, it is only because you have mistaken yourself for the drop instead of the ocean itself. The same intelligence that turns galaxies in silence, that orchestrates the tides and pulls the stars into orbit, is flowing through your veins this very moment. You are not separate from it. You are it. A living expression of the whole broadcasting its frequency into form. And the moment you remember this, truly remember, The illusion of distance dissolves. The begging stops. The waiting ends. Because the ocean does not ask for waves, it creates them, and so do you. Here is the most sobering truth of all. You are never not manifesting. The transmission is always live. Every sigh, every smile, every heartbeat, every choice you make in silence is a signal broadcast into the field. You don't get to turn it off. You don't get to pause the broadcast while you figure things out. There is no neutral channel right now. This very moment, your frequency is speaking louder than your words ever could. And reality, obedient and precise, is taking notes. This is why your life looks the way it does. Not because you failed, not because you were forgotten, but because your broadcast has been on loop, sending out the same familiar story again, and the mirror has no choice but to reflect it back. So understand this. Manifestation is not a practice you do once in the morning and then set aside. It is not something you switch on when you meditate, then forget when you step into traffic. It is the air you breathe. It is the pulse inside your chest. It is the signal humming beneath every glance, every word, every action you take. The question is not, am I manifesting? The question is, what am I manifesting right now? Because the transmission is always live. So here it is. The mirror is waiting. The field is listening. The transmission is live, and the choice is yours. Will you keep broadcasting the static of fear, the hum of doubt, the anxious frequency of not yet? Or will you tune yourself to the silent, magnetic roar of already is? Understand. This is not about tomorrow. This is not about someday. The broadcast doesn't begin once you achieve the dream. The broadcast is happening now. Right now, your body is voting. Your breath is voting. Your posture is voting. Every thought, every action, every micro-decision is casting a signal into the field because the universe does not have favorites. It does not bend toward luck. It does not punish or reward. It mirrors. It reflects. It obeys. And when you decide, truly decide, to shift your signal, to rehearse the frequency of the self you were always meant to be, then the world has no choice but to change the channel. So I ask you one final time, not what do you want, but who are you being right now? Because that identity, that frequency, that broadcast is the only prayer the universe will ever answer. So breathe with me now, not a shallow breath, a full breath. Inhale as the future self you are becoming. Exhale as the signal of already. Again, inhale as abundance itself. Exhale as gratitude that it's already here. Feel the shift in your body. The nervous system softens. The tension unravels. The field begins to mirror your calm certainty. This is the practice, not begging, not wishing, not waiting, but remembering that you are not a beggar at the door of the universe. You are the door. You are the broadcast tower. You are the code reality listens to. And now, as you leave this moment, notice how your shoulders sit differently. Notice how your thoughts hum at a quieter, more certain pitch. Notice how the mirror of life, this is the ancient code. This is the quantum truth. You don't manifest what you want. You manifest what you are. So decide today to embody the signal of your future self, to broadcast it with every step, to let the echo of the universe rise up to meet you. Because the transmission is always live.